Hi guys, it's Jamie from the future here, so much so that I'm in my dressing gown and have inky hands. I have been making these banners from scraps, which was part of Melina Pylant's Scrap Buster challenge. I'll link her channel in the description below, and I've come up with 4 different ways to do the banners and make them all look a little bit different to each other. And I'm not talking about the accessories, I'm talking about actually when you make the banners themselves. So if you'd like to see 4 different ways to create these page decorations from scraps, just keep watching. The first thing I'm going to do, because I want this to be part of the book page or old book page journal theme that I'm doing, is use scraps from that project to create a masterboard and then make the layered tags. So this is a bit more of a long-winded process. So when I do my 30 minutes timer, I'm going to do it from the completed masterboard. In other words, you can follow along the masterboard process and then we'll get into cutting it up. I am using scraps, so I am sticking to the challenge. The only thing I may have done extra is tear some of them up into smaller pieces. The reason I'm doing that, and you will see when the masterboard's put together, is the masterboards look awesome the smaller the piece that you put into them. I'm adding this ink and inking around all the edges, so my hands are going to get absolutely filthy because that gives everything a continuity. So not only have I chosen pieces that are going to fit within a certain colourway, I'm going to have to do it that way. I think this one's so thin, but I've also tying them together with inking all these edges in the same colour. It's done and it's dry and it's had a coat of Mod Podge over the top. I'm going to take it out of the magazine and put it with my scraps and then start the challenge properly. Okay, we're off. So what we're doing is we're making what Melina calls stacked banner clusters. I need to cut this up into different widths, but basically rectangles, so nothing too difficult with that. Right, I've got quite a few different lengths there. Now I'm just going to go through the old scrap box and quickly cut up some of these scraps. Okay, assuming we're going to use that as a base, we then fold it in half and from the free edge cut up to create a flag shape. Then we take something that might coordinate with it, this one. Just quickly cut this one down. Fold that in half. Not quite so easy because it's very narrow and cardstock. And cut that into a flag shape. I've done a sharper one this time. Then we want to get something else that might coordinate. What have we got? Browns and reds. Fold, cut it into a flag shape. Always going from this free edge upwards. I think that's another base actually, because that's quite big. Let's find a smaller one. That's smaller. I want another one will go with these colours. Weirdly, I don't have much in those colourways. What else might go with this? I might have to use an actual picture, I think. How are we doing? Not sure about the red now. That one and that one are okay. I want something else that's going to go. Yeah. Not happy with these colourways, that's the problem. Okay. Right, once these are cut up into some banner shapes and in patterns that you like, which we've now got here, I just want to pull this up. I don't need this cutting board anymore, and I don't want to get glue over it. Then what we're going to do is, using the base, is start to stick them together. And just get this one down at the back, and then how you lay them up is very much up to you. I will go back round once I've got just the top parts up and seal down the rest. This one can now go down there. Grab a bit of tissue, clean it up, and then put that one there. I mean, that's okay, not wowed. Oh, and I did have this, didn't I? Which might make a difference. Alright, and then I think you need something across the top to sort of bring it all together. Something like that. I could edge this by using some trimming scissors. Some of these edging type scissors. And then stick this one down. That is one page decoration done. Let's continue. How about this one as a base? This time let's ink up some edges with some Distress Oxide in the espresso. I will probably bring that whiteness off there a little bit. There's potentially that. I think the best way for me to do this is to line up what I think might go together. That one will go. Okay, pop that there maybe. You don't always have to have multiple, you could just have 3. I feel this is a little dull though. If I can find something that I think would go and pull it all up a bit, like this one. That, and that. I think that 4 works. Don't think there's any point inking dark things. They don't seem to show up. Do that one and then that one. Yeah, that's quite a nice look. And something at the top. I've got some lace. Just want to get some Fabri-Tac then. Fabri-Tac is a silicone glue. It will glue fabric to paper very effectively. Then we're going to get the lace, put it on as like the little topper, let that take and dry, and then trim that one up. What was I going to try? Oh, cutting them differently. So let's try a blue and purplish one. We're going to fold it again, but this time cut with some fancy scissors and create that as the base flag. Again, probably ink that up, and again cutting up with the fancy scissors, and a different one, and then I think something across the top. I feel that's a little dull. Put that there, grab another one. Let's try dab of silicone this time. The silicone's definitely better. That gives it a bit more something, doesn't it? We've probably just got time for one more. Let's try tearing them. Will that work? So I've got to go from that corner up. That shape, can you do that? Oh, yeah, you can. It's just a bit mad, that one. Is the book page theme journal still going ahead at some point? Have that across the top. There's a funky banner. Might as well go full on. There. And they all sort of go now, don't they? Alright, let's see. Ooh, out of time. Okay, I'm just going to go slightly over time to tidy these up. I quite like that one. Might be my favourite. This one, yeah, I quite like that. Needs something along that edge. I might get a bit of washi, really, really thin washi, and run it along that edge. Like I've got a white and leopard printy type one. I could just do something like that. Add a bit of extra detail. Tiny little finishing touch. This one, that is a little plain too. I could do something similar, but this time down the edge of the flag. Actually, I like that. So what I'm going to do is then take the thin one and run it along halfway on that, which then picks up on that bit as well. It's beginning to look a bit more together. I feel like you need some more stones. So I feel those were a mistake, really. I might just put another one of those ones, if I can find that colour again, here, and hopefully I've kind of blinged this up enough, because I don't want to have to go all the way down. Is that a different colour? Oh well. Not overly keen, but it will do. Can go in something, I'm sure. Not fussed about that one. Trying to work out what you can do about that very dull brown. I suppose the fact you've got this, that reflects that. Maybe that works okay.